Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best. Take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business, it's in your family for 37 years, and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
Michael J. Saylor is one of the most controversial CEOs on the planet. Some see him as a genius pioneer, others as a shady conman. After almost becoming a top pilot, founding a massive software company, and investing millions into cryptocurrency, there's one thing no man can call him: boring. But how did he become so obsessed with Bitcoin? What's the story behind this mad figure that inspires such heated debate in the crypto world? That's precisely what we'll be covering today. Stay tuned until the end to learn how this billionaire CEO's gone all in on Bitcoin. Hi, we make documentaries on money, crypto, and crime. Subscribe to support us so we can continue making videos like this. Thank you. Michael was born to an Air Force family in 1965 in Lincoln, Nebraska. His father served as a Chief Master Sergeant, so Michael was constantly being dragged from base to base all across the world during his early years. Moving can be challenging for a young child. Still, this constant movement allowed him to see the real world for himself and experience different cultures. By the time Michael was 11, his family had settled near the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Ohio. Funnily enough, this was a home of the Wright brothers, who pioneered aviation. They were risk-takers who took leaps of faith onlookers thought to be mad, perhaps an early sign of the kind of man Michael would grow up to be. Michael excelled at school. He graduated first in his class and was even voted the most likely to succeed in life. From a young age, people could tell Michael was destined for greatness. Be it great failure or great success, that was yet to be seen. He even knew it himself. Michael remembers being 3 years old, directing guests to different rooms of the house, feeling the need to always be in charge, no matter what. Brimming with confidence, Michael's dream was clear in his mind. He wanted to dance across the sky, to go where only the bravest dared tread. He wanted to be a pilot. Just as the Wright brothers had found their roots in Ohio before taking off to greatness, so would he. With a goal firmly cemented in his mind, he set off to MIT to study aeronautics and astronautics on an Air Force scholarship. Michael learned the value of a critical mind at MIT and built his confidence. When he stepped into the lecture hall of his first class, a consultant from NASA was on the stage. He held up a broken, blackened panel that had been attached to one of the Space Organization's rockets. When one of our rockets re-entered the atmosphere, its panels burned up, he explained. And we don't know why. What do you think? This experience taught Michael that the world would ask him questions nobody had ever answered before, and that he could find the solution. While at college, he also met his close friend Sanju Bansal. The two worked hard, and Michael graduated with full honors. With his degree in hand, Michael felt invincible. His destiny was in the palm of his hand. The best laid plans of mice and men often go astray, however. Fresh out of college, he was diagnosed with a benign heart murmur, which disqualified him from serving in the Air Force. The news devastated Michael. His dreams had just been shattered. It was as if the fates themselves were mocking him for his hubris. Anyone who knew Michael knew he wouldn't go down so easily, however. He still had dreams of reaching for the stars, of going places no one had ever gone before. All Michael needed to do was find a way to take to the skies. After a brief stint as a consultant, Michael picked up the phone and called up his friend Sanju. He had an idea for a company that would rock the foundations of the financial world. Very quickly, if you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit the like button. It helps us out a ton, and your support means a lot. Thanks. At the age of 24, Michael and Sanju founded MicroStrategy, a firm that specializes in operating software to analyze data for large companies. The year was 1989, and with the explosive growth of the internet just over the horizon, firms were becoming more interested in data acquisition year by year. The more information at their disposal, the better decisions they could make. The appeal of the company's services was plain as day for all to see, but things really took off once MicroStrategy landed McDonald's as its first major client in 1992. The $10 million deal put their name on the map and attracted significant attention from other big firms. This explosive growth led to the company becoming public in 1998. Michael had become a billionaire and was at the top of his game. Everything was sunshine and roses. The most astute viewers might have raised an eyebrow when I mentioned the year 1998. While MicroStrategy was exceeding all expectations, America was caught in what was called the dot-com bubble. The internet had caused ripples of excitement to spread across the market. Vast amounts of money were being poured into online companies, and MicroStrategy was benefiting heavily from this bubble. Michael made promises to shareholders and investors. So far, he'd met the expectations, and MicroStrategy's returns looked great. That was until Monday, the 20th of March 2000, when Michael announced the company's accounts had been off for the last 2 years. The firm's revenues were up to 26.9% lower. It was operating at an overall loss. This was a dot-com bubble burst. The market crashed and there was chaos on Wall Street. MicroStrategy's stock plummeted. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission charged Michael and Sanju with fraud the same year. The SEC claimed there was foul play to do with the accounting behind the scenes. Michael and Sanju settled outside of court with the SEC, but for a steep price. Altogether, the charges cost MicroStrategy $11 million in fines. Though the SEC were off their backs, investors weren't convinced of the firm's future. They pulled out, and Michael lost $6 billion in net worth in one day. It remains to this day the most amount of money a single person has ever lost in 24 hours. For Michael, it was a heart murmur diagnosis all over again. His aspirations lay broken on the floor, shattered into 1,000 pieces. Not even he could escape the harsh reality of a financial bubble finally bursting. Yet, Michael never threw in the towel. Giving up just wasn't part of his DNA. He would be in charge of his own destiny, just as he had always been. He kept at the grindstone, and despite the heavy losses both he and the firm endured, MicroStrategy navigated through choppy seas towards calmer waters. The company grew as clients became more and more interested in their data collection services. Then, something caught Michael's eye. Something that would spark controversy, induce panic, and stir the hearts of dreamers worldwide. It was right up his street. Bitcoin launched in 2008. At the time, cryptocurrency was as foreign a word to the average investor as obdurate. It was just some crazy project conjured up by some internet nerds with too much time on their hands. 15 years later, cryptocurrency has become one of the most controversial investment strategies of all time. Some see it as the inevitable future of decentralized currencies. Others see it as nothing more than a get-rich-quick Ponzi scheme. When Michael first laid eyes on Bitcoin, his mind was set. This currency will take over the world, he told himself. In 2020, during a conference call meeting with the rest of the MicroStrategy board, Michael announced the need to invest the firm's earnings into alternative assets. Despite the controversy surrounding Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency was chosen as the firm's next investment. Up until that point, Bitcoin had proven incredibly volatile. Its value was prone to meteoric rises, but also cataclysmic crashes. To say that it was a risky investment would be the understatement of the century. No publicly traded company up until that point had added Bitcoin to its balance sheet. Michael was fulfilling his dream of being a pioneer. Don't think he took a half measure either. If you haven't learned already, that's not Michael's style. He bought 21,000 Bitcoin tokens, worth around $250 million in total. A Goliath investment. But why was Michael so drawn in by Bitcoin? He explains that after seeing the K-shaped recovery after the 1987 Black Monday stock market crash, where Wall Street made all their money back but small businesses continued suffering, he knew a decentralized currency free from the government's corruption needed to be put in place. Michael sees Bitcoin as that future. To this day, Michael swears by the currency. He's advised people to sell their houses, cars, and all their assets to buy Bitcoin. Cryptocurrency has become an obsession of his, and it's rubbed off on his wealthy peers. Elon Musk took a page out of Michael's book and purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin in 2021 for Tesla. Every moment he has found, Michael has advocated for Bitcoin. He's dead certain the currency is the future. Michael's support of Bitcoin has earned him scorn, but also admiration, particularly from the online world of crypto. Bitcoin Magazine publicly thanked him for investing MicroStrategy's money into Bitcoin, and his Twitter page has become a haven for crypto believers all across the planet to gather and worship their idol. If you're sensing some similarities between the dot-com bubble hype and the state of Bitcoin, you're not alone. Accusations have been thrown at Michael that he's willingly selling his audience downriver and that he's partaking in a Ponzi scheme. Critics say he's lying about the future of Bitcoin just as he lied about MicroStrategy's earnings during the dot-com crash. The criticisms are hard to brush aside, considering Bitcoin suffered a severe crash in 2022. Tesla lost $140 million from its investments in the cryptocurrency that year, confirming that Bitcoin is incredibly unstable. Michael remains steadfast in his all-in gamble on Bitcoin. Though he stepped down as CEO of MicroStrategy in 2022, he believes the currency will take him to heights no man has ever seen before. If Bitcoin is a spaceship rocketing towards the stars, Michael stands atop it as its darling captain. Whether the ship will soar to glory or crash and burn remains to be seen. That was a story of MicroStrategy's crazy and inspiring CEO, Michael Saylor. What do you think about the man? Is he a deluded fanatic, a devious conman, or an innovative pioneer? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more crypto content in the future. Until next time.